This story began long, long ago. When I was 8 years old, my father took me to the forest for the very first time and showed me a wild animal. I had never seen such a majestic, beautiful animal. It was a moose. That experience brought me closer to nature, and I was hooked for life. Ten years later, I followed my father's footsteps and became a passionate hunter. Those late nights and foggy sunrises, surrounded by animals and nature, was ingrained in my life. The area where I typically hunt has lots of animals, such as wild boar and deer, but hardly any moose, which was at the top of my trophy hunting list. After 20 seasons passed by, I still hadn't been able to obtain my top trophy. However, everything changed once my good fishing buddy got interested in hunting.
Recently, I don't know what changed my mind so much, but I got a huge interest into hunting, especially bow hunting. So I decided to take my hunting exams, which I done well, and receive my hunting permit. Unfortunately, bow hunting in Norway is not allowed. So we took a contact with our good buddy Tyron in Newfoundland, and this fella put all the plan together, and yes, we're ready to go now.
So the area we're hunting today is north of Grossmoor National Park. We're in what the locals will say in over the hills. You need a float plane or a helicopter to get in here, which is great for moose population because there's no outside pressure. Even though there's 1,250 approximate local licenses for the area, it's very inaccessible. Very few woods roads, no Argos or ATVs can get in over the hills. So it's all these moose are left to a handful of privileged hunters who are fortunate enough to come in here and hunt for moose. We've had great success. We've been coming to this pond for about 7 years. We've been successful every year. Myself and my father and my boys have come in here 7 years running, and we've always got our moose. We've always been lucky enough to selectively hunt. We've chosen the moose we wanted in the situation that we wanted, and it's just an incredibly beautiful place to hunt, and it's just a haven for moose. So it's the first week of October. Here in Newfoundland, that's prime rut time. Moose are, weather's cool, the moose are starting to move, starting to rut, chasing cows. That comes as a part of our hunting technique. Typically, we're calling bulls by using cow calls. There are certain cases where we need to challenge a bull using bull grunts, and we use dried scapulas to rake the trees. Gets the bull aggressive and challenging a smaller bull. But typically it's cow calls and running bulls coming looking to do what they like to do in the fall.
I've been waiting whole year for this moment to come. And finally, when it all came together, I just can't be happier. It's not the biggest animal, but it's special one, because it's my very first archery animal. And no matter the size of an antlers, it will stay as the biggest trophy in my heart and memories forever. I'm glad to be a part of this hunt, to experience this process and to see where my meat comes from. And I'm so grateful for this harvest.
Next day, it was my turn to hunt. However, during the night, the weather had dramatically changed. Nature was even more beautiful, as if the forest was frozen in time. It was supposed to be easier to spot any movement on the white snow, but we didn't find any signs of moose. Perhaps they didn't like these dramatic changes, either bedding down or moved to another area. Who knows? So, we decided to go on the move too. For the next 5 days, we hiked and scanned every valley, every reachable area, but without results. We didn't find any sign of the elusive moose, my prize. The last hunting day. Weather dried out again. After a good rest, we decided to use our last opportunity to recheck one of our best spots. Hope for the possibility, but pressed against the reality of yet another year without achieving my goal.
It's a very good technique up here is to find a glassing point and just call, have the moose come to you. But I do enjoy seeing the moose first, and that interaction between hunter and moose, watching them come, watching them respond to the call, listening to them call back, rake their antlers and make their way to you. It's the most intoxicating part of the hunt is that interaction, moose and hunter. It's addictive. So that's the worst thing about evening hunting is you feel that pressure. Darkness is coming, but that's when they turn on, is just before dark. But in the morning, at least, if you can get him moving towards you at daybreak, you know you've got the rest of the day. There's no pressure, he'll keep coming. Once he's engaged, he's coming. But it's that darkness stops you, because you can't shoot after it gets so dark.
I have been waiting for this moment for over 20 years. And here he is, a beautiful bull, posing 150 yards in front of me. But I suddenly realized this isn't the right time. I can't do it. It was too dark, and I didn't want to make a mistake, not with my first moose. It's too important. I remember what my old man said. Son, sometimes you don't have to pull the trigger every time you see a trophy animal. You don't have to take home every fish you catch. So we both found what we came here for. Nero killed his first animal, and I found my first moose and memories to last a lifetime.